like comic books?
Comic books.
Comic books.
Comic books.
Comic books.
I'm quite keen on comic books.
Movies.
Movies.
The movies. Stupid TV shows.
TV shows.
But what are some of your favorite TV shows?
Can be enjoyed as video games, as TV shows, books, movies, the entire world. Wholeheartedly embrace the apocalypse.
Let's start the show.
Hello, welcome to our Sunday edition of Next Issue Podcast. How's it going, Jeff? How are you?
It's going good. It's going good on a early Sunday morning. It's cloudy outside.
Now, so we're at the point of the year where obviously Halloween's happening. And one thing that I always find very interesting is when people choose to do Halloween, because it's like, unless like this year, Halloween is on a Friday, which would indicate to me that like a lot of people maybe do something that day. But I've already seen people doing stuff like this weekend for Halloween, like maybe other things. So I always find it really interesting because it feels like it's still so far away. It's almost a week.
I feel like if you're having a Halloween party, that should be before or on Halloween.
Okay.
But trick-or-treating should only be on Halloween.
Yeah. No, I haven't seen anybody trick-or-treating. Now, so if somebody had a party next weekend, like after Halloween, you're not okay with that? Like, is that crossing the line?
There better be just like at least one little nod to Thanksgiving. Like maybe
okay.
Yeah. Something down the road that's been like,
Well,
hey,
I mean,
we acknowledge that this is past. I feel like, so to this year, so since Halloween falls on a Friday, I feel like the immediacy, if you wanted to do your thing on a Saturday, it's okay because you're one day off.
Okay.
But if it were like on a Thursday and then you were doing it on the weekend, like anything other than Friday, if you were doing it that weekend after, then you need to have some kind of nod to this holiday, is my official ruling. So maybe you should dress up as a scary pilgrim or a scary turkey.
All pilgrims are scary.
Yeah. Smallpox. It depends on what you want to dress up as, but
Got it. All right, interesting. Now last week I didn't want to let my comic books go to waste, and you're freezing up a little bit.
My little thing is like, hey, your internet connection is unstable. But I don't know. Let me see. Let me work with it here.
If not, then feel free to pop in and out or whatever. But in the meanwhile, while you look into that, I think it should be okay. It's not too bad. It's just every once in a while you're freezing a little bit, so I can give you a reprieve if you want to pop in and out.
Yeah, let me.
Go for it.
Bye.
Well, while Jeff steps out to look at his connection, I don't have anything. We were looking to see if there was any news, and I don't think I've seen anything other than we have started seeing some previews for the Deadpool Batman, or I guess the Batman Deadpool issue. So that's going to be interesting to see when we finally get there. All right, Jeff's back, so I'm going to pop him back in. Jeff, I think that's a lot better. Whatever that was.
We'll see how long it lasts.
Yeah, right.
I already see the little thingy pop up, and it's just like, oh, we're trying. I don't know what's going on.
The struggle's real.
It
is real. Sunday, but I was telling the people that we don't really have a lot of news. The only thing I saw was maybe some like preview pages for Batman Deadpool, the biggest crossover part 2. So
yes.
So we're just gonna dive into it. Let's talk about what we've been watching, and I'll start with some TV stuff because I don't have a lot of TV other than a lot of my normal network stuff is back. So, but I talked a little bit about that. So, but that's just like, like Matlock and the sitcoms. There's a lot of bad sitcoms on CBS that I like to have on while I'm doing stuff around the house. Something about a laugh track. that really really brings me back. But I did watch some good television. I talked about yesterday and on Friday when we dropped our video for what you should watch this weekend. I talked about Task. Now, this same creator did another show on HBO previously, Mayor of Easttown. So I started that, and I am on episode 6 now. Six is the next one. It's a really good show. Like I've just started watching it. That's what I binged. That's what I watched this weekend because I've already seen Task. So, yeah, it's very good.
I watched like the first episode of Mayor of Easttown because it won like Emmys and stuff a few years ago. It is really good. It's really, really good.
Yeah, it's great cast. I mean, Kay Winslet in a role that I really had not seen her before. And then I talked a little bit yesterday about how fun it is to kind of see the inspiration, not inspiration, but like this is kind of the vibes that the Agatha show started going through when it was going through some of the TV stuff that it was trying to imitate. But yeah, Kay Winslet's great. There's a great cast. It's a really messed up series just because it's a lot about real issues. There's a lot of things about drug addiction. That's probably the biggest thing that this small town's kind of dealing with, which all the problems stem from that. But also just about this person that, Mayor, who lives in that town and she knows pretty much everyone, and now she's got to solve this crime or whatever. So it's very good. I'll report back once I'm done with it. But yeah, I mean, I got 2 more episodes to go. So, and I just started watching it, I think like Friday. So I've been going through them. So, but that's all the TV I watched. Now, did you watch anything on TV before we get to movies?
I watched a bunch of stuff on TV. I watched the Roku TV's channel. Their AMC network channel has been binging Creep Show from I guess AMC also own. I don't know if they own or Shudder or whatever, if they're partnered with Shudder, because they have Shudder has a Roku channel and then AMC has a Roku channel. They've both been just like showing Creep Show nonstop for Halloween. So I've been watching all those little Creep Show like anthology series things. So good. Yep. So good.
Yeah, I think Shudder falls under AMC because if you have AMC Plus, you get to a lot of the Shudder stuff on there.
Yeah, it's great, and it's kind of so I've officially canceled my Paramount Plus.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia. I've got till November to catch up on anything I want to catch up on, and then on. But it started making me think. Well, and also. But I'm waiting till Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade because I want to watch that. And then I'm going to cancel Apple Plus, but I need to catch up on all those shows, and then I'm going to cancel that. But I'll probably end up getting Shudder because I like the Shudder. So I'm just going to replace all the big things with smaller things, I think.
Okay.
Smaller streaming services. Well, I also watched.
Jeff, I'll cancel you. 2025.
It's the year of cancellations. Since we started talking about it a couple of weeks ago, I started watching the OC again as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I really think that I think I should bully you into watching the OC because it is very much I also forgot to mention Alan Heinberg, who wrote Young Avengers, is one of the executive producers on that show. So he's like, that's where all the comic book stuff comes from, because he's like a big wig on that show. He was a big wig on that show. And what's his name? Commissioner Gordon from Gotham is also Ben McKenzie is also in the show. So I feel like there's plenty of reasons for you to want to watch this show now that I've presented them all.
I will say that show came out at a time where some of the HD shows look rough.
Yeah,
like they hadn't fully figured out like HD and how to make it look good.
It was
like the technology was too intense, I think, for the times.
There's a lot of, it's also a filter heavy show. Like there's a lot of like filters and stuff that they throw on the cameras, maybe because of the HD stuff. TV show wise, I also started watching Freaks and Geeks, a great show from Judd Apatow, because I pulled off I have the DVD collection. So I was like, I'm gonna start watching these DVDs. Let's get back into physical media. Let's show them what for.
That's
so
right.
I watched some Freaks and
Pull up
Geeks.
grab my old VCR and set it up.
Yes. And then I won't bore the audience too long with this, but I did watch the first 2 games of the World Series. So that's
More like the
fun.
Boar series.
It was very exciting. It's Canada versus the United States.
Oh, is that? Oh, I guess it is technically.
And there's that fun little there's that commercial that Canada produced that pissed off, Trump about tariffs, and I got to see it live on television last night. Now I'm a change.
Oh, it aired during the game. Oh, that's fine.
They aired it during the game. Yeah.
Well,
so
all I know is that Ohtani is a phenom, and the world is riding on his coattails right now.
Yeah, he makes a lot of money. I don't know if you know that or not, but he makes a ton of money.
I hear he's very good at what he does, though. So I guess that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, we'll see. Maybe. I guess next weekend we'll know how everything else turned out, and we'll finally stop these games from interrupting my TV shows on network TV.
Yeah.
It is that time of the year where I know that, we're not going to have a new episode of Doc this weekend because of the World Series.
That's right. Everything's been pushed off. Except now you have to worry about your NBC shows because basketball is back and NBC is now showing.
Oh, that's right.
Basketball.
They got the basketball.
They got that cool John Tesh song back.
The only ones I will watch on NBC are all the Law and Order stuff, and then if St. Dennis comes back, I think it is getting a new season. So yeah, maybe in the future I'll have to worry about it, but they're not back yet. All the Law and Order stuff is back. But a couple weeks ago, there was a local game of, I guess maybe it was, I don't know, there was a Stars game on Channel 4, which is Fox. So they didn't show Doc, but Hulu still had it the next day. So I was like, oh, okay, I guess we're never gonna see that. That's the lost episode of Doc. So
sorry, Doc.
That's
the one where the one where the doctor had amnesia, so they just forgot to show up that week.
It's really good. It's really good. I love it. Any other TV shows before we jump into movies?
No, I think that was all. Let me check my notes. Yeah, I think that was it. Anything that I remember watching, that's all.
Now, have you been watching? I know you're on this kind of Shudder kick. Have you been watching any scary movies? Getting ready for Halloween?
So like classic stuff. I watched.
You've been watching Creepshow, which is already a lot.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of Clash. Not Clash. Well, I did watch Clash of the Titans, but that's not the creepy show. Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Oh,
is
nice.
The classic 50s or whatever. Because I love the Gill Man, like just as what he looks like, the design and everything, super cool. And I watched this show the movie as a kid, but it's really, I think it's kind of boring, honestly. So I can't remember much about it. So I went back and I'm trying to buy all the Universal movies, original ones.
Oh, okay.
I know they have them like on box sets and whatnot, but I just want to.
Yeah, Josh has a really nice box set with a lot of those. So,
yeah.
He's talked about. I don't remember where he got it. That's fun idea. I should maybe do that and then read the comic, which is a sequel to it. I haven't gone back to finish that. I started it, but then I was like, I'm just gonna wait till it's all done, and it never came back.
Well, that comic was kind of the impetus of, because I'd read it and I was like, I know it's kind of a sequel, and I was like, well, I don't really remember what happens. I just know Creature, and so that's kind of how it at first was like, I need to go find that movie, and that's how it all started.
Yeah, what I really appreciate about those films is just the influence that had on. It's like a ripple effect, and then like all these other things came out of that, right? So that's probably the biggest thing, because I don't know that I've seen a lot of those Universal movies all the way through. So
Yeah. It's also fun when you go on the Universal Studio tour because it's just a small pond on the lot that they've man-made. That is where the creature from the Black Lagoon is filmed, and it's like the size of a backyard. It's like really tiny. So like watching it in the movie, that it's literally kind of like the same way you do a YouTube video where you're like, okay, everything is just in this like 3x5 corner. And we're just shooting it like, so you're just like, it looks like it's immense, but it's just like this tiny little corner of your room. That's how it looks. That's, when you're watching it shot and then you've seen the real place, I'm like, oh, they were all just like standing like right up next to each other, because if you get a shot wider than this, you're going to start seeing buildings and like all kinds of stuff.
If you get the HD or the IMAX shot, you'll see the rest of it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. I don't really get into too many scary movies. I did watch Black Phone 2, which is the sequel from Scott Derrickson. It's really good. They said, yeah, because I mean, I really like the first film. Ethan Hawke as the grabber is really a really interesting performance, but his character is so different here just because of how the first one ended. I don't want to spoil anything, but this one it has a lot of like, hey, you like Nightmare on Elm Street? We're gonna do something very similar.
I watched the first one. I can't remember much about it. I need to, but I'm intrigued. Like that's a cool creepy mask that he wears.
The grabber dies at the end of the first one, right? He gets killed.
I seem to remember. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the short story that Joe Hill wrote. It's just that one little thing. So this is completely original. Joe Hill was involved, but I mean it's all new stuff. And they're like, well, how do we get this guy and his mask back? And they did it the way that a lot of these movies do. They just kind of
the grabber has returned.
They go for something a little more supernatural. So it's really cool because it's in this snowy place. Like that always adds an element of like braving the elements on top of everything that's going on. So yeah, it's really good. Really enjoyed that as well. I don't remember if I talked about that one last week. Then also this one's more of a thriller. I thought it was going to be scarier, but it's called Premonition from 2007 with Sandra Bullock. It's not very good, unfortunately. She's a housewife whose husband dies on a Wednesday, and then she wakes up the next day and he's alive, but it turns out it's a different day. So she's trying to piece, like every time she wakes up, it's a different day, and she's trying to piece all that together, this timeline. It gets very incoherent, but Sandra Bullock's really good in it. But as far as like the movie itself, I don't recommend it. I just threw it on because it was 90 minutes and it was on Netflix, and they do a pretty good job of like when you scroll by, they put like a scene that makes it seem very interesting. Not really a trailer, but like a scene just starts playing in the background and some of the stuff at the headlines, and that was one of them. When you highlight something. So yeah, it got me. Sandra Bullock got me again.
Sandra,
I know. And then the last scary movie, which unfortunately was not very good, but I think it's also kind of like an homage to B movies. It's from Indonesia and it's called The Elixir. It's about this like a company in rural Indonesia that works in pharmaceuticals. They create an elixir that's supposed to make you younger, but instead turns you into a zombie. So then you have it's this really crazy story because these are like these fast running zombies, but they're like in rural Indonesia, like a little town where it's like half farms and then half little town. So it's an interesting setting. There's like a police station with like only 4 people in it. But it's all shot mostly during the daytime too. So like it's also weird seeing zombies like run around in the daytime. Yeah, I had a good time with it. It's not a very good movie, but I think, like I said, I think it's trying to be like those B movies from, I don't know, the 80s and stuff. The zombies look really gnarly though. So yeah, if you don't have anything, I think also the other problem is that the voice dub it's hard. The voices just don't match the tone, or not the tone, but like the the personalities, I guess, of the actors. They're a little bit over the top.
Oh
I
yeah,
think if
yeah.
I watched it in the native language, might have been a little bit better. So who knows? But I don't know. It's still interesting though. I mean, like I said, once again, Netflix just throwing shit at the wall, and sometimes it sticks in my TV. All right. So that was our
Good job,
scary
Netflix.
stuff. Yeah. What about non-scary stuff? Did you watch some movies that were non-scary?
Nothing that I can really remember. No, nothing too whatever.
Now, you mentioned Clash of the Titans. Is this the old one or the
Yeah,
Henry
this is
Cavill? Or
this is
not Henry Cavill, but yeah.
the Harryhausen stop motion. I can't remember his
Oh,
name.
okay,
The
okay.
guy.
With the little skulls, or is that the Argonauts? I get those confused.
Argonauts is with the skeletons. It's
Okay.
like the stop. This is the one with the Medusa head and the
Yeah,
giant Gorgon
Okay.
and Harry. I can't remember who the main guy is. Harry something. Also, I forgot that Burgess Meredith is in it. So,
Oh, what?
Yeah, he's like the guy that helps train Perseus, Burgess Meredith. And so I'm like, I should have a Burgess Meredith. Like, I think I have. I'd have to go. I think in storage I have Rocky on DVD, so I could have like myself a little Burgess Meredith-a-thon where I could watch Rocky. I could watch the 1966 Batman where he's the Penguin, and then I could watch Clash of the Titans, and it'd just be like a Burgess day, a Meredith Monday.
Interesting that he was a trainer in two different films that are completely different contexts. Right?
Yeah. If you need somebody to train you, go to Burgess Meredith. Get AI Burgess Meredith.
Oh, what is he doing, Grumpy Old Man? He's also in that movie.
Oh, he's also in He's the oldest of the grumpy old.
I think it's, I thought it was only two grumpy
Jack
old
Lemmon's
men.
dad. It's Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau, but I think he's Jack Lemmon's dad in that movie.
Now, which one of those was Mr. Wilson in the Dennis the Menace movies? Walter Matthau?
Walter Matthau.
I remember that scene where Dennis breaks his dentures and then he puts like some chiclets in the place of the teeth. They don't make them like that anymore, Jeff.
Nope. You gotta watch that. Dennis the Menace.
Now, all right. So I'll go through some of the other movies before we get into comics. This is sounding like a Netflix ad, but it's really just because it was on and I just kind of kept going through these things. I rewatched The Lincoln Lawyer with the Matthew McConaughey movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's really fun. I recommend it. I hadn't seen it in a while and I didn't have it logged. A lot of these I'm also throwing on because I don't have it logged on Letterboxd. So I'm like, I gotta give it its fair shake. I don't like going just based off my memory and trying to guess like what I would have given it back in the day.
Why does this Lincoln Navigator need a lawyer? That's not.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's really good. But if you want to talk about good movies though, and I maybe a little scary, I watched Apollo 13, the Ron Howard film about.
Oh yeah, that's a great movie. I love that movie.
It is. I had seen that movie before as well, but also not in a long time. It wasn't logged on Letterboxd, so I was like, all right, let's do it. And it's a long one too. Luckily, I think it was like on a Wednesday. Yeah, it was on Wednesday. And I'm not really watching AEW anymore, so like my afternoons are free.
Oh yeah.
To do, and I had already shot videos for the day, so I was like, all right, let's throw some Apollo 13 on, and man, it's good. Like,
I'll watch that movie. That's an annual movie watcher for me, roughly. Because I will sit and watch that movie.
You can also now incorporate it. So you should do a Ryan Gosling's First Man, and then follow it up with Apollo 13, because Neil Armstrong shows up in Apollo 13 later in the movie. So
you can totally do your
universes.
Space connected universe.
We gotta connect the universes. I wish Space Cowboys was a real movie, so I could do that as the third.
Put at the very end.
Yeah. Maybe that could be an alternate universe.
Yeah.
Take on that. So, And then- yeah,
Apollo
go ahead.
13. So I've seen 13 times, and it also I asked this question to myself the other day. I was like, what movie do I think I've watched the most? Like the
Okay.
most times? Like what list? And I feel like Apollo 13 is probably maybe a top 10er for me. Maybe top 15.
It's definitely one of those that was on cable a lot.
Yeah, I mean this
because it's a
number
long
one,
runtime,
maybe.
so they love it. Yeah, Jurassic Park. I almost watched Jurassic. I might watch Jurassic Park today because it's leaving Netflix soon. So that's usually what I go. I'll go down to movies and see what's on the top movies, because sometimes it's old movies that just got on Netflix. So like I guess people are watching them because they're new. And then sometimes it's old movies that are leaving. So like I think Jurassic Park is one of those that is leaving Netflix soon. So I might throw it on. But I did watch some new movies. The first one, I went to the theater to watch Chainsaw Man, the Reze arc. This is anime, follows up the anime series. I watched it in 3D, which I had a really interesting experience because I went into the theater my ticket didn't say 3D or anything. I went to the theater, I sat down, the Avatar trailer comes on and it's in 3D. I can tell because I can't see it. It's all blurry. So I go outside to the desk and I asked the manager or whoever that was behind the desk. I was like, do I need glasses to watch this movie? I'm in this theater. And they look into it and they're like, no, I don't think so. I was like, all right. Went back to the theater, sat down. The movie started. 5 of us got up because we needed glasses. So it is, I don't know how or what the system is like at the AMC, where it doesn't tell you that it's 3D. So I don't know, but luckily there's a lot of fights and animation in this that's really good, so it worked out. I just hate the glasses on top of the glasses thing. That's my main problem. But I will say these new ones are small enough that the other ones kind of fit nicely on top. Because my old glasses, it was a lot harder to do that. So
yeah, I haven't seen a 3D specifically for that reason, a 3D movie in years, because I hate glasses on top of glasses.
I wish they had like an attachment thing, like another thing that you could be just like, you don't need the side stuff, just like throw them on top.
Yeah. I feel like we're smart enough to be able to do that as a society.
Somebody who's got a 3D printer? Josh, what are you doing?
We just need the polarized lenses to get it done. Like, come on.
3D print me an attachment. I'm gonna go get prescription 3D glasses. Are you planning on going to watch Avatar Fire and Ash? I don't remember. I think we've talked about that, but I don't remember who in the show doesn't watch the movies like I don't.
I don't watch them. I haven't. I never saw the second one. I have no idea how the second one earned so much money. I don't know anybody that is an Avatar head. I don't even know what the fandom calls themselves. I love the first movie. I really enjoyed the first movie when it came out. I want to say I might have even seen it twice. Saw it twice, maybe.
But that was almost 20 years ago. You were probably a completely different individual.
It was also cutting edge technology. Like all those cameras were brand new that he was using, and it was super cool 3D. Like it was like going to a Disney theme park level. 3D.
Yeah.
For just a movie
I missed
theater.
it. I missed it all in theater, so I was like, I can never go back, and I never have.
Yeah, yeah, and and then it took James Cameron like 10 years to make the sequel. Over that, maybe, and I lost interest. He needed new cameras. He needed the blue line shifting.
More, I think because the other one's from a few years ago, so it probably took him like 15 years or so, which is insane that people were like just as excited. I feel like this third one's also going to make all the money in the world.
Yeah.
Because
I don't understand.
They're far enough from each other. I also feel like a lot of people are already kind of committed. Like you're either an Avatar person or you're not. All right. Like
you got that tattoo already. You got to go see them all.
You either blew yourself or not. And then the last movie I watched, and then we'll get into comic books after this. Um, one of the podcasts I listened to, 70 millimeter podcast, was doing Bigelow as their theme for the month. These are movies by Catherine Bigelow. They watched the Hurt Locker was the last one, but they are doing this because Catherine Bigelow has a new. Oh, speaking of, I believe she was married to James Cameron, so that was a good segue into all this. She has a new movie on Netflix called A House of Dynamite, in which the premise is that a nuclear missile is headed for the United States, and you kind of get to see like what happens, or I guess what is supposed to happen in that world, or in a situation like that. I really liked it. Funny enough, I made a comparison to Apollo 13 because Apollo 13 has a sequence of about almost, I think it's when they're coming back to Earth, and there's like a 4-minute silence because they lose radio signals as they enter the atmosphere. And I think Ron Howard pretty much plays it like in 4 minutes total, like in real time.
Yeah.
Well, Catherine Bigelow, the missile is gonna hit in like 18 minutes. So we see those 18 minutes from multiple sides. We see it from like a control center, from the president's side, from the Secretary of Defense, like just from all these different places. And I found that really interesting. I like that idea. I also think it's really fun because you get to see a lot of like Rebecca Ferguson's in it, Idris Elba's in it, Greta Lee's in it, but they're small performances because it's like this series of composite places that you're kind of putting all together for the same story.
It's like these little 18-minute playlets.
Yeah, kind of like that. So yeah, I thought that was really fun. Like, it's not as tense as the Apollo 13 until kind of the end, because you're like, well, is if one of those hits, like it takes out, they were saying like 10 million people just from the impact, and then who knows what happens after that. So yeah,
did they say where they targeted?
Yeah, it was gonna hit Chicago. So
whenever I watch movies like that, I'm like, am I safe? Am I like, how far does the radiation go? Chicago's pretty far. Which way? And I would guess the eastern winds would carry the radiation east, not south. So did they show a map that showed like the fallout ratio, and is Dallas okay?
They had so that's the other thing, like they show like all these scenarios and estimates, because the other thing is like, all right, is the US gonna retaliate against anyone? Because they didn't know where the missile was coming from. That's the other thing. So it's kind of like a mystery. Space. And I think that kind of makes sense because like maybe you don't want to like you either make up a fake country, or you don't want to alienate anyone in real life.
Right.
In the current political climate. So yeah, that's the other thing. Like, what are they going to retaliate? Like, retaliation means nuclear. There's the mutually mutually assured destruction, right? Because once you start throwing out nukes, like it's over. It's game over for everyone, really. So yeah, it's insane. I thought it was really good. The ending may be a little bit divisive, so I don't want to really give anything away with that. If you're, I don't know that you have. I think you still have Netflix. I don't remember if you still have. Is that's one of the ones that got canceled?
No, we still have it.
Okay. Well, take advantage of it. It's in there, and I think it's pretty good, especially if you like seeing those kind of movies where it's like just people being like doing their jobs properly too. I find comfort in that, in seeing a system work.
If you feel a sudden loss of maybe people in the government not doing their jobs correctly, and you want to see that again, and maybe this is a good film for you.
Even outside government, like just movies about people being very capable are really interesting to me in whatever field they are. But this one definitely happens to just center around the government. So
if you need a nice escapist fantasy from the hellhole that our country is currently in, watch this movie about our country getting nuked, and then you'll be happy.
Oh, okay. We do have a comment from Leonard Kim. I was disappointed with the House of Dynamite. Conceptually, I was all in execution, I was left wanting a lot more. Like I said, I think the end of it is kind of it's an interesting choice, which I was on board with. I didn't mind it, but yeah, I think that's probably. I watched some good stuff and some pretty bad stuff this week, but overall, House of Dynamite and Apollo 13, both I can highly recommend. You should check out. So, all right,
Definitely Apollo 13.
definitely Apollo 13. And then you could do your do a movie marathon where you start with 2001: A Space Odyssey, so you can go all the way back, and then First Man, Apollo 13, and then you go into the What If universe where you watch Space Cowboys, and you finish with Interstellar.
What's the Apollo movie? Is there like an Apollo 12 or something that's like a horror movie?
Oh, that sounds like they would definitely make that.
Yeah, there's like an Apollo. It's a different number. I think Apollo 11 is where they actually land on the moon, but I think it's like Apollo 12 or 14 or something like that. That is a
There's
horror
a lot of movies
movie.
named Apollo.
Well, and then there's the boxer one.
Oh yeah,
there's Creed.
Creed.
Yeah.
A 10 and a half. Well, Apollo 10 and a half is that weird Netflix movie. Apollo 11, maybe Apollo 18. I don't know.
Maybe Apollo 18.
Letterboxd.
There's definitely an Apollo. It's like it's almost like a found footage kind of movie.
What about the Apollo, where they just celebrate 85 years at the Apollo Theater?
yeah, that's a good one too.
So, okay. Now let's get into comic books because Jeff was out last weekend, so I had to talk about comic books all by myself. And boy, did I go I went longer than I thought I was going to because I ended up talking for like 40 minutes. There was just so much.
You just had a lot. What were the big comics from last week?
Last week? Oh boy, Jeff, you put me in a bind here.
I already bagged and boarded. They're already put away. So
One World Under Doom was last week. Captain America.
Oh my gosh, we need to talk about that One World Under Doom real quick.
Do.
I don't want to spoil if anybody's reading it, but the ending of that. Now I don't expect the ending of that to it's comics, so that's not going to carry over.
Yeah.
But still, I yelped out loud. I was actually on a Zoom call at work, muted, thank God, because it was a boring work call. But I was trying to finish reading this book, and when I turned the page and found out what happened, something happens to Valeria Richards.
Oh my goodness, they went ham.
And I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe out loud that they did that.
Yeah.
And then I immediately was like, oh, thank God I'm muted.
Yes.
Because it was shocking to me.
Shocking. Now remember to save your favorite comic book for the last. Now the last week I also talked about Dungeons and Dragons, the Fallbacks. That was a really fun one. And then also I think the big one, which I think was my favorite one from last week was, and I don't know if you read this one, Fantastic Four Gargoyles #1.
I did. I wish I'd read in my own review on TikTok. I was like, I wish I had gone back and freshened up on my Gargoyles because I watched it when it was on TV 25 years ago.
Right.
But I haven't really brushed up or anything since then. So I vaguely remembered some of the characters, but
they also used this really obscure Fantastic Four character, Diablo.
Yeah.
Kind of look into who that was. But yeah, it was really good. It was really fun. A lot of good stuff this week too. So, did you have anything from last week that you wanted to highlight before we get into this week?
That Captain America issue was also really good.
I'm excited. I haven't read it, but I'm very excited to read it.
It's really good. That Fantastic Four or the One World Under Doom rather.
Yeah.
What I liked about the whoever did the cover for that Gargoyles Fantastic, I thought it was Assad Ribic, but it's not. It's somebody doing a very good Assad Ribic.
It is. I just followed them on Instagram. Hold on. Torin Clark.
Yes.
And they have a really cool style. Yeah, I see exactly what I actually see what you're saying now. So very cool.
What up? Crypto ended last week, I think. That was good. That's a good little mini series.
I need to catch up on that.
Yeah, there was some good comics last week.
Nice.
Some good comics this week. I haven't finished reading everything this week,
Well,
but
if you want to hear more thoughts on other of Jeff's things, you can check out him. TikTok usually talks about comics. Maybe on Instagram. Do you put those on Instagram too? I don't
I do
remember.
throw them on. I throw them up on.
I don't remember if
Instagram.
you move everything over. So, but yeah.
It depends on how ambitious I'm feeling that day.
All right. Let's talk about this week's comics though, because there was a lot of really good stuff. So tell me what you're working with, and then we'll kind of go out from there.
I'm gonna do. You want me to start? Is that what we got?
Yeah, go. Yeah, we'll do 1-on-1. But
Absolute Wonder Woman. I just finished reading it this morning. Still great. I love this. I don't know who. It's not Hayden Sherman art. I forget who.
Matthias Vergara.
Great art. Great art.
Matthias is doing this 2-part story, and then we have one issue where Wonder Woman meets Batman, and then we get on to the next arc with Zatanna. Absolute.
Oh yeah. I've seen the Zatanna pictures in the. This almost looks like the art. Almost looks like young Greg Capullo. Reminds me of Greg Capullo from like the X Factor days, like really early Greg Capullo. Kelly Thompson is still killing it on Wonder Woman. I love it. We had a mini conversation before our podcast yesterday about Tom King's Wonder Woman. Well, not Tom King's Wonder Woman specifically, but Tom King. And I do like this Wonder Woman better than Tom King's Wonder Woman.
I agree. I think so. I mean, it makes sense because there's also like so much more fresh, so much new stuff to discover in this absolute universe. So
yeah.
Very nice. Let me bring one up. I read The Invisible Man #3. We only have one more issue to go. It's so good. Are you caught up on this one?
No, you know what? I don't see it in my pile. I need to go back to the comic. I thought I had it in my maybe floating around.
I have a little theory that this man may never become actually invisible.
Maybe my Invisible Man invisibled itself. I thought I had it in my pile.
But yeah, like this cover with the eyes, like there's a sequence in here that kind of comes from there. Another thing that I really like, this artist Danny.
Oh, Danny's great.
Their work reminds me a lot of the first time I saw oh boy, I forgot his name, just slipped me. The Long Halloween artist.
Tim Sale,
thank you. Like they have a very similar vibe with the inks because Danny had been posting a lot of sketches that from New York Comic Con and stuff. So just seeing in the black and white, I'm like, oh man, those like just the inks and the way the lines kind of flow and everything, like it's not very structured. Like there's a lot of kind of freedom to it, which was one of the things that I really loved about Tim Sale's work as well. So this is The Invisible Man has been great so far though. Like you're just like, when's the other shoe gonna drop and what's gonna happen? I think there's only one more issue of it left too. So
I think those Universal ones are really short. Those are mini short series.
I like that they're short because then I get to read them. If you don't have yours, let me know. We do have Image did send us the review file afterwards. But I mean,
I'm looking at
regardless.
I'm looking at all the random piles of stuff in my room right now, and I'm like, I wonder if it's in that pile or if it's in that pile.
Before I sat down, I was like, oh, I don't have my comic books yet. And then I had to remember, what did I do? Because I still had them in the bags. I hadn't really fully processed everything. So
yeah.
Where did I put them?
There's also a big pile behind me here because I remember having it in my hand at the comic shop is the thing on Wednesday. Like I remember having it in my hand. So I'm like, and I wouldn't have put it up, but I did kind of like, maybe I put it down somewhere and just
sneak up when you
back
want
up or something. Yeah.
All right.
So
what else on your
Ultimate Spider-Man #22. Good stuff.
I haven't read it. I actually haven't read it just because there were so many books to read this week. But I do have it. It's ready to load it.
Yeah, Chichetto's back on the art because that means we get Peter and Spider-Man back in the book.
That's right.
It's still a slow burn. The whole book has been like very minimal action and a lot of talking heads, but it's really interesting. Also, it does have that kind of feeling that it's building to something. Maybe I I don't know. We'll get to it when we get to because the Ultimates also came out this week, and Ultimate Endgame is coming up.
Oh yeah.
And so some of these feel like they're ramping up to whatever Ultimate Endgame might be, or like we're definitely hitting a not necessarily a reset, but kind of a point where you can like a pivot point in the story, the larger overarching story.
You know, I just realized that we may say each other's favorite one. And there's nothing we can do to stop it. So I'm gonna chat. I just chatted you mine. If you want to take a look, and then if you want to let me know yours, so I don't accidentally say it too.
We have different ones. I will tell you that.
Well, but I don't want to talk about yours ahead of time.
Oh, I see what.
So this is listen. Our favorite comic book is a new segment that we're still trying to sort out, and I didn't even think to like let Jeff know, like highlight it on your list or let me know what it is. Okay, great. Yeah, so we won't step on each other's toes. All right, let's keep going. So I think it's my go. One of my favorite franchises keeps pumping out new series. The Terminator Metal #1 from Dynamite. This is very cool. We still have Declan Shalvey. He is co-writing this with Rory McInville, who was also pretty involved with the previous series. I think these are gonna be like small because these take place during the war. This actually happens in 2025, which is funny and scary at the same time. But it's really good.
True, very true.
Like stories. This one's about a reprogrammed Terminator named Tex, and I was like, "You got me!" Like Tex wears a poncho. It's great, great stuff. But yeah, it's interesting to see like, can you really trust the reprogramming? Like, what if it's just part of the plan from the machines and all that? It's really good though. But I think these are going to be like separate stories in the future, like during the war. Because this one it feels kind of finite, but I guess we could keep following the same character too. So I'm excited to see what's next though.
Nice.
All right, what else?
We're going to get into some KO tie-in territory.
Yeah.
Superman number 31. I like how they're doing these tie-ins because everybody's off fighting the main battle in the main DC KO, and so all these like tie-ins are either like what's happening back on Earth while they're all off, or it kind of fills in the gaps beforehand, what happens right beforehand, or so that's kind of what this story is doing.
It's kind of setting up both, right? Like, we're going to show you what happened leading up to it, but then you're going to keep following this other thread, following other characters.
I also love that Lois Lane has a big moment in here. Like, I'm like, oh yeah.
And it's going to be an interesting team up to see Lois Lane and Prime.
Yeah, in Prime. But I liked her moment where she's like, wait a second, like when Clark's explaining to her that he's like, I couldn't get any information because I need some. Whenever they do some of this stuff, like I've been following DC Comics enough to be like, what happened to? I don't know. So Clark goes to talk to Hologram Dad, Hologram Jor-El in the cave, but I'm like, does actual Jor-El no longer exist? Because they make reference to actual Jor-El because he is still around. So I'm like, why didn't he just go ask his real dad? Like, I don't know where he is at this moment, but. So Clark tries to go get information on the King Omega stuff, which is an old Kryptonian kind of thing. He's kind of maybe figured out. And the hologram is like, oh, we can't tell you that because it's illegal. My favorite thing is like Lois Lane goes and is like, well, how do you know what's illegal that you can't talk to without knowing about it?
Yeah.
And it breaks the system. And I was just like, God, I love that about Lois Lane. Like, I just love that kind of.
I like when they're like, yeah, but she's a better reporter. He may be Superman, but she's a better reporter than he is.
Yeah, that was a great moment in that book for me. I love that.
I agree. You gotta hack the system. It's like when you make the chat robot start assistant or something.
Questioning itself. That's all I want to do to Chat GPTs. I wanted to make it break.
All right. Next, I'm gonna talk about Detective Comics 1102. Guys, Batman. I have not read yet. Batman seriously ill, so I won't go too much into spoilers. But Batman's only got a certain amount of time before that virus does stuff to him. So he's got to move quickly. So we get to learn a lot more about that. We get to learn more about this new character, the Lion that they're introducing. I think you're gonna enjoy this one. Tom Taylor, I like that he's actually giving us detective comics in the detective stories in detective comics. That's my favorite part of it.
Good job, Tom.
And then Clayman's art Mikel Janin's art. It's fantastic. Like he draws this like super buff, Batman that I'm like, don't mess with that guy. Don't mess with man. So,
he cross trains.
Yeah,
cross
for
trains.
sure.
Here is I don't collect Flash normally, but here's Flash number 26, written by Mark Waid. That brought me back in. And it kind of like we were talking about Mark Waid a few episodes ago, how much we love him, and I've never read his very highly regarded Flash run, and this kind of made me want to read it because it's very what he does with the Flash family and how they all have their different they all have the same power set, and he's talked about this, but it's how all their personalities are what makes them interesting and how they use the power set. And so you definitely get that here with Bart now, very impulsive impulses. It looks
What if
really
I make
fun.
my own Flashpoint to fix everything? Because that always works out.
Yeah. Why don't I try it? It's really good. I'm guessing this is like he's just taking over for the next like few issues, maybe getting this story arc out of the way.
It's Mark Waid and Christopher Canwell, so I think it's because Mark Waid has the overall structure of what things are what's happening, but I think Christopher Canwell is actually doing like the dialogue and the writing of the characters. That's what I imagine, just because there's no way Mark Waid is writing. I mean, maybe there is a way where he's writing all this stuff, but it's a lot. He's doing a lot. So, all right.
Yeah.
The series is not coming to an end, but this creative team is coming to an end on the book. TMNT number 12 by Jason Aaron and Juan Ferreira. Great wrap up. Great wrap up to their 12 issues. And the best thing is that this leaves you with a sense of hope for the Turtles, because things were very grim, and maybe that's why they had to bring in Jason Aaron to try to like set things up before handing it over to the next team. So yeah, it was really cool.
I think it's Pornsak Pinchot that's taking over, maybe.
It's Kim Yu Yang taking over.
Okay, yeah. Kim Yu Yang.
I think I haven't seen the email. Usually they send us some like big stuff like that ahead of time, so I keep checking my email to see if they send me 13, so I can finally get into it. So, all right, what else you got, Jeff?
Ultimates number 17.
First of all, can we talk about that cover?
I know, that's cool.
Like, look at that.
Also,
Reed Richards has never looked so good. He just had to turn into Doom to look good.
Also, I was surprised. I was like, "Oh, Phil Noto! I love Phil Noto artwork."
Yeah. Well, he does the ones that are Fantastic Four centric, I think, because he did number 4 as well. That was all about the Fantastic. Now, I haven't read this one, but I read the synopsis, so I think this one's very much focused on the Fantastic Four.
A Reed Richards Doom story. It's good. Again, you feel bad for this version of Reed Richards.
After we get off this, I'm gonna jump on Spider-Man and Ultimates, Ultimate Spider-Man and Ultimates to catch up on those, because there were just too many other things that I didn't get a chance to get into all that. So, all right, the last new one I read this week was Exquisite Corpses number 6. The game continues here. These killers, I love that we get to see them. This one has the guest writer and artist Tyler Boss and Gavin Fullerton, along with, of course, Tynion and Walsh. And Tynion's having a hell of a year.
You just got that. He got his Something is Killing the Children announced as
Blumhouse deal. Yeah, Something's Killing the Children is doing stuff with everyone. DC with Blumhouse, like, and he said on his Instagram, like, there's still some other stuff that he can't even talk about. So I'm very excited for seeing where that goes. But man, this book is so good. And I did get my little thing with the card. I just haven't opened it. See if I get a foil. So, but that's
If-
my last one of the week.
I really want. I'm just going to put this out there now. But if I feel like Anya Taylor-Joy has to be cast as what's her name? Something is killed.
The killer with the horse with the Caroline or Lady Caroline.
No. Just the main something. Is killing
Erica
children.
Slaughter.
Erica, like the eyes, like her eyes, Anya Taylor-Joy's and Erica Slaughter's eyes are like the same for me. I'm
I
like,
thought you were talking about for this book, and I was like,
no, for
Lady Carolina would work. Yeah, I can see that. I like that, and I think she's kind of the right.
She was also badass as
really,
Magic.
Yeah,
in the New Mutants movie, so I'm like, oh, she's perfect. She's perfect. She's got the
she
eyes.
Yeah.
All right, I'm down to my pick of the week.
Okay, so let's do you have any books you haven't read before we go into our favorite?
The only thing, so yeah, I have 3 books that I have not read yet.
All right, me too. So you want to here? You can go first.
I have not finished this Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion number 5.
Oh, that's the
finale
one, right?
of this. Yeah. And I was gonna drop this after the second issue because I got the gist. It's Miles' younger sister gets caught in the Ultimate Universe, and then she becomes the MacGuffin, where he just kind of visits each big like comic in the.
It's like he has to assemble them, kind of almost.
Yeah,
he's Nick Furying the Ultimate Universe.
He's Nick Furying the Ultimate Universe. But then I figured it was one because I'm only reading Ultimate Spider-Man and the Ultimates. It would be a good kind of because I definitely want to read Endgame, but I don't really know what's going on in Ultimate X-Men or Ultimate Black Panther or any of the other ones. So I figure it's a good kind of like overview of the Ultimate Universe for somebody like me who hasn't read anything. Also, I'd be curious once I get to the final if this has anything to do with Ultimate Endgame leading into it, kind of like peppering little things. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows?
Now, I will say, for anybody that's not reading the other Ultimate X-Men, the Ultimate books, Ultimate X-Men is a phenomenon that I don't recall having seen in comic books in a long time, where you have one person pretty much doing everything. Peach Momoko is writing, drawing, coloring. Like, this is her book, and it's like, it comes out monthly. I don't know how far ahead she had to kind of do this, but she's I think they're going to do 24 issues total for it. That is an insane amount. On top of all the other stuff, like she's doing covers, she's doing characters for like the Marvel Snap, and she's doing magic cards and it is. I don't understand how one person has so much output. Like I'm always in awe when I see there's a week where like 3 Dan Mora books, like one has a cover and the other are interiors, and I'm like, how are you doing this? And then I think of like, oh, Peach Momoko is writing a full-on monthly series that has not had a break. It has not had a filler. That has to be translated by Zach Davidson. So that one even needs a little bit more time. So yeah, whatever. I hope Peach can take a very well-deserved break after X-Men wraps up. So I would say definitely go check it out. It definitely feels like its own little bubble, but of course it's gonna spill into the larger universe when the Endgame stuff happens. I'm a little behind on the series, but man, oh man, yeah, kudos to Peach and everybody working on that book.
Take that, Patrick Horvath, with your Beneath the Trees, your 6 issues of Beneath the Trees every year.
Well,
whatever.
I can look at me. I can make 6 issues and then put out a Kickstarter for a game.
Yeah, you get nothing on Peach Momoko. She's doing Jack Kirby numbers over here.
A lot. I mean, Peach Momoko. Maybe since Jack Kirby's Fourth World, we have not seen one creator do this much output all on their own.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, no, I mean they creators are doing incredible things that I don't know how they have time for. So yeah. Okay, that's enough of Peach Momoko. Go check out the Ultimate X-Men series. Did you go through all your books? Was that all 3?
No. History of the DC, the final issue.
The final issue.
I've not read this. This is going to be the last thing I read because it's like reading an encyclopedia, but it's fun. And then
It's funny. I saw a video with Mark Waid talking about like I'm the unofficial historian, but actually here's this other guy that is the official historian of DC. Because they were talking about.
I saw a little bit of
too.
that video. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really funny.
And then I think this is the final issue. I don't know. I might have one more of the Jeff the Land Shark. Let's see. Is this the final issue? I kind of hope it's the final issue because it's a fun. Yeah, fine. It's a fun comic, but there's no way that they can turn it into an ongoing. There's just not that much stuff to do with a fun shark.
Especially one that doesn't talk.
Especially one that doesn't talk.
And I don't
want
to make him talk.
No. Don't Scooby Doo him up. Don't. Well, Scooby Doo could talk. Well, who was that? Snoopy. They gave him a voice for a little while, and they were like,
"Really? They gave him a voice? I didn't know that."
Yeah, they gave him a voice for a little while.
That's a Scrappy Doo move.
Yeah.
All right. I got 3 more books that I haven't read, but I am going to very soon. I'm still reading Moon Knight, Fist of Khonshu. It's so weird how this book just kind of keeps on going. I'm like, it can't continue to be that good, right? But Jed McKay.
Is that still Jed McKay? Yeah,
still Jed McKay.
And he's relaunching it coming up too. It's going to get a relaunch.
And then of course the David Finch's masterpiece, Skin Breaker. I haven't read this one, but man, that first one was interesting and super dope. Robert Kirkman and him are doing some incredible shit. And then Marvel Zombies Red Band #2. I haven't read this one, but I did take it out of the bag to take a picture. So don't believe everything you see on social media, kids. I was pretending to read the book.
Oh, but it was not yet read.
But I haven't read it yet. So there you
Liars.
go. I know. I need the clout. All right. What's the favorite book for the week, Jeff?
For me, it was Fantastic Four, #4. Ryan North, Humberto Ramos. I really like. Did you read this book?
Not yet. It's somewhere. I don't know. That should be on my unread pile, but I don't know where it is.
It's an Alicia Masters centric book, and it's Alicia. It's kind of it's like Alicia. They've isolated Alicia and Mr. Fantastic a little bit, and they have like a little conversation and stuff. I like when Ryan North pairs up these because there's more than just 4 Fantastic Four members now. There's a whole bunch of them. They've got all the kids and stuff. So there's all this fun little pairings that he gets to do. So this one is Alicia and Mr. Fantastic, who we got to see off in New York together for a little bit during the Blood Hunt stuff. They had a really good rapport then. They have a really good rapport here. And something is attacking the Fantastic Four that Alicia is, because of her blindness, is uniquely adept at handling. Where the rest of the Fantastic Four are not. So it's Ryan North teaching us stuff that we didn't know we needed to learn in a comic book, and I just super enjoyed it.
Hell yeah.
I think it's great.
Yeah, it's really good. They tend to go ham whenever there's a 4 issue on Fantastic Four. So
yeah.
All right. And then my favorite comic of the week, which I know was on your list, which is the reason I mentioned that please don't talk about it yet.
Yes.
Justice League Unlimited #12, the Terrific 10. So as Jeff mentioned earlier, each of these DC/K.O. tie-ins are kind of giving us a different perspective on what's going on in DC/K.O. In this one, there's still villains out and stuff, even though they try to put them all in the Phantom Zone or wherever they're going to throw them all in. Obviously, if you read DC/K.O., that didn't fully work out. A lot of them broke out. And if you have been keeping up with Mark Waid's stuff, the devil is very there's a bunch of devils in the DC universe that are for some reason very interested in the villains succeeding. So this is Terrific has to put together a team of these time displaced heroes. And here it's a really interesting roster. I'll show you here. We have favorite. So I talked about yesterday on the show, Warrior, Guy Gardner. We have Power Girl from Another Time. We have Aquaman with the hook hand, Blue Superman, Hawkman from a different timeline, like an old Hawkman. This is Tim Drake. What's Batman Beyond? All Woman, a different Dr. Fate, and then I think this is the Green Lantern from Kingdom Come, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think
Um,
so. Well, he says it's Alan Scott. I remember that being Hal, but it could be Alan Scott. I can't
yeah.
remember.
So, and then of course, Mr. Terrific. It's very cool. They have to protect the world. And there's this really fun scene with like Guy. He goes to see Ice because they used to be an item, and then he has to find out the hard way. Like, oh yeah, we're not together anymore.
We're
At
not
least
together
not in this.
anymore.
So yeah. So that was my favorite issue of the week. It's so good, so much fun.
There's like a moment that kind of reminiscent of the Heroes in Crisis, where Power Girl has like a little, because each one of these members is the way Mr. Terrific explains it is a quantum phantom of who they were originally.
Yep.
They were time displaced, but then something happened, and now they're just kind of like a sliver of themselves. But yeah, it reminded me of those Clayman like Heroes in Crisis confessional things. It's a really sweet moment between Power Girl and herself, basically, where she's talking to her current state self. But yeah, it was a great.
Even more complicated because there's also Supergirl, which she's a clone of. So it's like where on, and then Power Girl has a very complicated. I think right now she's from a different universe that died. She's not a clone. I don't know. It's
so So I think Power Girl, the current status of Power Girl is that she is the original Earth One Supergirl, like Supergirl, Kal-El's cousin, but that got destroyed in the original Crisis. So she popped over. So she is an alternate version of Supergirl.
Maybe it'll be explained when you finish the history of the DC universe.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get to it eventually.
Okay, cool. All right, now before we get out of here, let's look ahead a little bit. Do you have
stuff? Let me pull up next week's books.
Here, I have my stuff pulled up. I wish I could share your pull list as well somehow. We should. Oh, I bet if we're. Well, we'll try it for next week. I'll try. This is the League of Comics. League of Comic Geeks is also kind of like social media. You can actually follow people and stuff. So of course, feel free to follow me. I'll drop the link in the description. But maybe I can follow Jeff, and then I can peek in onto your list, and I can pull it up that way. But maybe some of your stuff's already here because it is a fifth week of the month. It's a slow week. So here's some of the stuff that is on my list. And then maybe some of that will be on your list as well. So we have Absolute Batman Annual #1. I don't know if I'll pick up this Dynamite Blood Red #1, but they did send it to us, so I'm gonna check it out. Godzilla vs. America, Kansas City #1. I've been enjoying those.
Feed them barbecue.
That's right. Oh God, yeah. Imperial #4.
Yeah,
comes out next week to wrap up that series.
Oh, that's a wrap up.
I believe that's the last one. Yeah, I think that was only 4 issues. Yep. But it's a 56-page issue, so it's gonna be a long wrap up.
How much is it? 56 pages of Marvel, $6.99. That's good for Marvel. I was expecting it to be like $8.99.
Yeah, me too. I was expecting $8.99. Well, the main cover, I guess the main one's gonna be maybe those variants will be a little.
Those variants will be like $12.
There's a Superman Red and Blue 2025 special with a bunch of different creators on it, including Dan Abnett has a story with Caitlin Yarsky. Michael Walsh is doing a story himself, and Paul Dini is doing a story as well with Mirka Andolfo, and Rainbow Rowell has a story in that book as well. So you get a lot of bang for your buck. That one's 48 pages for $5.99. That seems like a good deal as well. I don't know what the conversion rate per page should be. Supernatural #1 kicks in from Dynamite next week. Greg Pak taking on my boys. I have read this issue. It's a lot of fun for Supernatural fans. And then TMNT Annual #1. And then these two are just reminders to try to pick them up. The Mummy comes out in hardcover, and the Dracula gets a reprint in a black and white special.
I see that. I have to go pick that up because That's on our book club reading list for in a couple of
Yes.
weeks.
Yes. All right. That's it. I just have 10 books, which feels like a very small pull list. Jeff, is there anything you got? Anything else that I haven't covered on this one?
Batman and Robin Year 1, number 12. That might be the final
that
issue of that.
wraps up next week.
Also, Batman: The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween, number 10 wraps up.
That's right.
What else we got here?
We see.
I think I saw Runaways, number 5. That might be wrapping that up.
Yep, you're correct.
Feral, number 17.
Yes.
And I think that might be the end of my pull list. Yeah,
it seems like a small week. Yeah. Oh,
Phantom,
I think
number 2. I didn't go.
Oh, this a Silver Surfer wraps up next week as well. I might check that out. And then of course, you guys know there's a lot of X-Men books coming out still that I'm getting a chance to read, so there'll be reviews for that on the channel. Because next week we get the X-Avengers, Undeadpool, Expatriate X-Men, and Cloak and Dagger. All that stuff from Age of Revelation that Marvel's like, you can read it if you want, but don't get too attached. So
there's a new Maleficent book coming out. I really like the first Maleficent book.
Yeah, that was fun. Sully, Maleficent is one of my favorite Disney villains.
Yeah, this is not by Sully, so I don't know how this one. This is by Paulina Gansho and Theo Stoltz. So I might.
Okay, yeah, sorry. The original, the first series was by Sully. You're right.
Yeah. This was. I was kind of hoping. Like I just clicked on it. I was like, oh, they're doing a new, but it's not Sully. It's
so
somebody else.
Very nice. All right. Anything else before we get out of here, Jeff?
No. Have a rocking week, everybody.
I know. Have a good Halloween, whatever you end up doing. We have some really cool stuff on the channel. I can't really talk about it yet because I'm sending out emails to a lot of stuff, a lot of places to see if we can do cool things. Keep you guys updated. But next week, very likely, our goal is to, on November 1st, to follow Jeff's rule right after Halloween, talk about weapons, which you can now watch on HBO Max. And then Sunday, we should be back with our regular show for comics and all that stuff. And then, yeah, we'll see what the year's running out very quickly. It is that time of the year where once Halloween hits,
it's a full roller coaster ride.
The work year feels like, that's it. Like we are on like speedway to 2026. So, all right, cool. Well, there you have it. Thanks for everybody for watching. Make sure to check out all the stuff. Go check out our stream from yesterday. I had a really good time discussing Peacemaker and the future of the DCU. We got some crazy theories. We also talk a little bit about the best dancers in the MCU. So go ahead and check that out. Cool. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you later.
The most important thing in life will always be
Hail Bebo.
Twitter loves you.
Simon Center, get the fuck out.
All right. Bye.
Get out of here, you weirdo.
We did it.